Welcome to Hello Cantonese. Here's the series of Cantonese lesson for beginners.
In lesson 13, we are going to talk about how to put the transportation method in the sentence and how word order works, especially in the sentence with more than one verb phrases. Then we will have the comparative sentence by using the word the. After that, we will talk about the frequent adverb. And finally, we will have the question particle 呢. Here is the first simple sentence of today. 我搭巴士去沙田買嘢. In this sentence, we have 我 as the topic. 巴士 means bus. 搭巴士 means to take the bus. If we want to express taking a vehicle, we can use the verb 搭 something or 坐 something. The verb 坐 itself means to sit. When you sit on the vehicle, that means you're taking the vehicle. If you're not the passenger, you're the driver, then we can use the verb 揸 and 開 to express driving a vehicle. The word 開 itself means to start. So when we say 開車, it can express you are controlling the car, and also it can be you start to move the car. If you are not taking any transportation, you can choose 行路 as your method. 行路 is a verb phrase. 行 is the verb means to walk. And 路 is the noun means road. 行路 means walk on the road, so on foot. Go back to the sentence. After 搭巴士, we have 去沙田. 沙田 is a place in Hong Kong. 去沙田 means go to Shatin. Then we have 買嘢 means to buy things. In this sentence, we have three verb phrases, include 搭巴士, 去沙田, and 買嘢. In lesson 6, we have introduced the sentence called 連動句, sentence with serial verb phrases. They are sentences with two verb phrases. In this kind of sentence, the second verb phrase will be the purpose of the sentence, and the first verb phrase is the method or the way that we try to achieve the purpose. Like, for example, the first sentence, 我搭巴士去沙田. 去沙田 is the purpose of this sentence. 搭巴士 is the method that I use. So 我搭巴士去沙田 means I go to Shatin by bus. And the second sentence, 我去沙田買嘢. 買嘢 is the purpose of this sentence. And then 去沙田 is the way that we use to achieve the mission. 我去沙田買嘢 means I go to Shatin and buy things. For today's sentence, we have three verb phrases. No matter how many verb phrases we have in the sentence, the final verb phrase is the main purpose of the sentence. So here 買嘢 is the purpose. 我搭巴士去沙田買嘢. I take the bus to Shatin to go shopping. In Cantonese or in Chinese, we don't use preposition to link different elements together. We just directly connect different phrases. So in this case, word order plays a very important role in this language. Same words put in different order in the sentence will affect the meaning of the sentence. When we see more than one verb phrases in the sentence, the word order that we put in the sentence is the order that actions happen. Like, for example, in this sentence, 我搭巴士去沙田買嘢. Okay, 搭巴士 is the first action. Only when I achieve the first action and then I can do the second one, 去沙田. After come to Shatin, then I can do the final action, 買嘢. So 我搭巴士去沙田買嘢. I take the bus to Shatin to go shopping. If we change the word order to 我去沙田搭巴士買嘢。去沙田 became the first action. Okay, and then 搭巴士 is the second action. That means if we want to take the bus, we have to go to Shatin first. Okay, I don't know what method we use to go to Shatin, but we have to go to this place first, then we can take the bus. Okay, if the sentence is 我搭巴士去沙田, that means we have to take the bus, then we can go to Shatin. Okay, now we know how to put the transportation method in the sentence. How about if we want to know what method that people use to come or to go to a place? There are several ways that we can use. Here's the first way. We can use the question word 點樣 or 點. 點樣 or 點 is the question word that used to ask method. So it means how, and 嚟 means to come. 點樣嚟 means how you come here. 你點嚟㗎? How did you get here? For answer, we can just put the transportation method or the way that we use to replace the position of the question word. 我行路嚟嘅. That means I came on foot. 行路 means on foot. Okay, if we already know the person have used the vehicle, then we can use the question phrase 搭咩車. 搭 is the verb, 咩 is the question word, and then 車 means car. 搭咩車 means what kind of car you take. Okay, 你搭咩車返工㗎? What do you take to work? 我搭巴士返工嘅. I go to work by bus. It's pretty easy, right? Let's move to the second sample sentence of the day. 搭地鐵快啲. In this sentence, we'll focus on the word 啲. In lesson 11, we have talked about using 啲 as the plural marker when the amount of object has more than one item. Then we can use 啲 as the measure, or you can 啲 as the demonstrator pronoun. And in this lesson, we'll use 啲 as the comparative marker, adding after the adjective. Okay, the sentence pattern will be adding topic first. The topic is the things that we are going to compare, and then adding the adjective directly after the topic, and add the after the adjective. Means like increasing the amount or increasing the degree of the adjective. For example, in this sentence, 搭地鐵 is the topic, means to take MTR, and 快 is the adjective, means fast, and 啲 is the comparative marker. 快啲 means faster. 搭地鐵快啲, taking MTR is faster. So, to make comparative, we just need to add the word 啲 directly after the adjective, like 多 means many, 多啲 means more, 少 means less, and then 少啲 means less in comparative form, and then 好食 means tasty, and 好食啲 is more tasty. Let's see more example. 揸車方便啲. Here, 揸車, to drive car, is the topic that we want to compare, and then 方便 convenient, the comparative marker. 揸車方便啲, driving is more convenient. Using the format of adjective 啲 is a way that we often use to show comparison. Of course, there are several ways that we can use, and we will talk about it in the upcoming lessons. Then let's see the third sample sentence of today. 爸爸有時7點出門口，有時8點. We'll talk about 有時 in this sentence. It means sometimes. It's a frequent adverb that we use to express the frequency that we do the action. Like 爸爸有時7點出門口. 爸爸 means dad, and then 7點 means 7 o'clock. 出門口 means to go out, and then 有時8點 is 8 o'clock. That means that sometimes lives at 7, sometimes lives at 8. Here are the common frequent adverb we will use. If we are not doing the action, we can use Okay, and then 好少 means rarely. 有時 is sometimes. 多數 is mostly. 成日 originally means the whole day, so it can be always or often. Let's see one more sample sentence. 我返工多數搭巴士，有時搭地鐵。In this sentence, we have two frequent adverbs, 多數 and 有時。多數 is mostly and 有時 is sometimes. 我返工 I go to work. 多數 mostly 搭巴士 take the bus. 有時搭地鐵 sometimes take the MTR. So most of the time I go to work by bus and sometimes by MTR. In the sentence that without a time word, then the frequent adverb can add as the time word. So the frequent adverb should add before the action. If the sentence itself with a time word, then the frequent adverb should add before the time word. That's how frequent adverb that we use in the sentence. Okay, finally, let's move to the last simple sentence of today. 我通常行路返學，你呢? In this sentence, we will talk about the question particle 呢. It's also called the sentence final particle. In last lesson, we have introduced the sentence final particle. A sentence final particle mainly has two functions. The first function is using it as the tone particle to help us to express the emotion or tones. And then the second function is using it as the question particle to express questions. From lesson 1 to lesson 12, we have mainly introduced two types of question. The first type is the choice type question, including yes-no question and multiple choice question. Yes-no question is just putting the affirmative form and negative form of the verb or of the adjective together and then to form the yes-no question. Even the question only has two options, it's still a choice type question. Multiple choice type question provides more options to choose. We will use comma to separate different options and use the conjunction thing to connect the last two. And the second question type is the open-end question. That's the question that we use question words, like 乜嘢 means what and 點樣 means how. And today we will introduce the third type is using the question particle. 呢 is one of the question particle that we frequently use in Cantonese. We use 呢 to ask opinions. It's similar to how about something in English. For example, in this sentence, 我通常行路返學，我 means I. 通常 normally 行路 to walk. 返學 go to school. 我通常行路返學 normally I go to school on foot. And then 你呢 你 is you. 你呢 means how about you? Ask your opinion. And one more example. 呢部車係心儀嘅，嗰部呢？呢部車 this car 係心儀嘅 is 心儀。Okay, this car is 心儀。嗰部 means that one. 嗰部呢 how about that one? Okay, we finished all the sentence structure today. In this lesson, we have introduced the arrangement of verb orders and how to form a comparative sentence by using the word the. Then we have the usage of the frequent adverb in the sentence. And finally, we have the question particle ne. That's all for today's lesson. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave me a comment. See you next time. Bye.